What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, the rabbit hole gets deeper on this whole Philly mass shooter incident. Now, I made 2 videos about this situation already, and more details have been coming out about the shooter besides his identity. Some of the stuff in his background and a little bit about the motive have been explained tonight. And I want to sit here and talk about it with you guys, give my opinion. And I'm going to play this video clip that just came out. I mean, it just hit. So, guys, take a look at this. Got some surprising news in it, and we'll come back and talk about it. Let's go.
But the big story in Action News tonight is new developments in the investigation into that mass shooting in King Sussing. Today, the 40-year-old suspect, Kimbrady Carricker, was charged with the murder of 5 people. Carriker also faces a slew of charges related to 5 survivors of the rampage. New details have also emerged about the suspect's mental state and his arsenal of weapons. This as family members of the victims continue to grieve their sudden and senseless loss. Action News reporter Maggie Kent is live tonight with more. Maggie.
Well, Rick, we heard from investigators who took Carriker into custody, allegedly responsible for killing those 5 people in Concessing on Monday. He was heavily armed, also wearing a bulletproof vest, and when they started to search his home, they found more weapons, ammunition, and a will dated June 23rd, less than 2 weeks before the shooting. Kimbrady Carricker was in court this morning, charged with 5 counts of murder, 10 counts of attempted murder, weapons, and assault charges. Investigators say he showed signs to family of growing agitation before carrying out this mass shooting in Concessing.
That was the norm for him, wearing this vest and having guns in the house. But they all described that he was becoming more and more agitated over the last couple of days.
Tyreek Glasgow is a mentor and founder of Young Chances Foundation. Today he mourns the loss of 2 people, the youngest and eldest victims.
It hurts. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
His cousin, 59-year-old Ralph Morales, was excited to walk his daughter down the aisle in her wedding next week.
He was the one that, regardless of any family function, had that smile.
Glasgow was a mentor to 15-year-old DeJuan Brown, killed protecting his 13-year-old brother from gunfire. The younger boy was hit twice in the legs, but will survive.
When he seen his family, his brother in distress shot, he went back to help. And that's what we as a community need to understand, that when we see our other brothers, our community members down, the risk to going back to saving one. If we all had that approach, I think our community would be in a better position than it is.
Sisters of 31-year-old Joseph Wama Jr., who was killed inside his home during the shooting rampage, describe him as a loving man and a skilled sketch artist.
I'm going to miss that beautiful smile. I really am. He had the best hugs.
And he took care of his family.
Salt and Light Church in Concessing will be hosting an interfaith prayer vigil tonight at 7 p.m. as families continue to mourn the dead.
All right, guys, that was the video. And I want to talk about 3 or 4 things. But before I get into that, I want to say something to you guys out there. These major cities, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Houston, Atlanta, Memphis, all of these cities that you hear about with bad reputations, it's just what you see on the news. I've been to all these places and stayed extensively. Some of them I've been to multiple times. And I want to get something clear. Regardless of what you see on the news, as far as crime and all of that stuff, it's a small percentage of what that city is about. These cities are about. There are a lot of good people there. And there are people there that fly under the radar and don't get no media recognition for trying to fight the good fight. Stuff like this impacts us all, no matter what color we are. If you're in America, this impacts you. Because when this guy was shooting It didn't matter what color the people were. They just happened to be black on that day in that neighborhood. When people go around and do these mass shootings, you think they're picking and choosing what color they want to shoot at? No, they're not. They're just choosing what's there. This guy, like I said, shot indiscriminately and at anyone and anything. Now, some things have came out in this video I didn't know about, and a lot of you guys didn't know about neither. Remember, I made the video and they said it was a guy that was found 2 hours dead 2 hours by his family after they came home. Did you see the bullet holes in the door? That means he was shooting at houses too, guys. He wasn't just shooting at people running on the street. What kind of sick demented mind do you have to be when you just shoot? Just doing that. This guy gets no sympathy from me. He doesn't. He created a will. This is the first thing that we're going to talk about. He created a will on June 23rd. He was ready to go out in a blaze of glory. Just like the guy in Allen, Texas. I think it was Allen, Texas, the mall shooting. The Spanish guy I talked about. Where I blasted him on a video I did. Crazy. No thought on the impact of life. Yeah, his life is over, but other people's lives are shattered. You hear what I said? They're shattered. And it's no coming back from this. From the loss of life. Name 2 or 3 people up there. Seemed like good people. One was going to be a best man in a wedding. The other person, just sitting in the house. Little boy went to go save his brother. Act of bravery. I don't understand. I don't understand. What are lawmakers doing? This is silly stuff. He was growing, another point, he was growing agitated with society and how things are going. Once again, this is typical incel behavior, and it's a trait that you see a lot of these mass shooters doing now. What did the guy do in Allen, Texas? The Spanish guy. I forgot his name. In fact, I'll leave his video so you can see the similarities between this and him in the pop-ups at the end, so stay tuned. Typical incel behavior. Somebody to blame. You're upset. Instead of fixing yourself, you want to just go out there and just cause as much carnage and terror as you can to put your stamp on the world. Don't understand it. Always somebody else's fault about your condition of being where you are. You could jump on a Greyhound, an airplane, catch an Uber out of the state at any given time, and your whole dynamic will change. There's a lot of people out here, ladies and gentlemen, that have never been out their own damn backyard, but they got a problem with the world and how they see it without knowing the sum total of cultures and differences in other states and how people really are. It's always a common enemy. And what they know is what they know, and everything else is wrong. He created a will 2 weeks ago. Created a will. Obviously, he didn't want to see it go through because he ain't go out in a blaze of glory. And this is the thing. You get to fighting and acting crazy. If you're going to do that, you might as well go all the way out. Not kill yourself, but I mean, the police caught you in the alley. You should have banged out. Man, this whole thing, and then the whole background of how they try to make, they showing with the women clothes on and stuff like that. He might not even dress like that and act like that all the time, which I don't think he does. But that right there is a juicy detail that they're going to throw in his face. Worst thing he can do is go to trial. I mean, it don't matter if he go to trial or not. Because, I mean, he getting life. He ain't getting out. When they get people that do these kind of crimes, it's one way or another. They'll force him to go to trial. You know why? It's big news. And it looks like the city's doing something about what happened with this, and this will not be tolerated. They're going to make an example of him whether he wants it to happen or not. Just like I said in my last video. He's walking around with a bulletproof vest on every day. hyping itself up, getting used to it. Sometimes, man, you got to change the channel on the music you listen to. This is a metaphor. This is not real. That's going on in your head, and clear your thoughts, man. Slow your mind down, read a book or something. Always somebody else's fault. There are people out here that cannot deal with their current situation, so they create an enemy to ease the tension that what's going on in them is not just them, when actually it is. Stuff like this affects a lot of people. Another thing, I don't believe in giving somebody life in jail, and I want you to hear me on this. When somebody's lives is taken, let the punishment fit the crime. A lot of these states took away the death penalty, which I think is the stupidest thing ever. Because if you kill a child, you kill an old elderly person in their golden years. Well, you just kill anybody. Period, man, woman, a child, it doesn't matter. Our life is gone. They'll never experience things. Their parents will not experience milestones that they dreamt about raising these children. Like situation. If you have a daughter, she don't have a wedding. Or seeing your son get married. Seeing your first child, first grandchild. A lot of these people, this is stripped from people. A lot of good people out there is stripped from them. Because of somebody's desire to hurt everyone else but themselves. Life in prison is still a life. They're alive. Whereas other people can't experience life no more. So why are we playing these damn games? Why? Why are we playing these games? There's something to think about, man. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know it's always love with me. See you in the next video. Take care.